Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. This is Dr. A.G. Sinha, a professor in the Department of Physiotherapy, Punjabi University, Patiala. The subject matter of this module is Introduction to Massage. After covering this module, you should be able to define massage, appreciate the basis of classification of massage techniques, differentiate between the types of massage, understand the historical perspective of massage, and finally discuss the use and misuse of massage. Our first reaction to any injury is to rub and touch the part. The pain and apprehension of a child often get relieved when mother puts gently her hand on his head. In fact, all these instances highlight the powerful impact of touch. In fact, touch or massage is a natural instinct, a spontaneous response to the discomfort and pain. Therefore, it would not be incorrect to say that massage is one of the oldest health practices known to human civilization. In field of sports, massage is recognized as an important preventive, restorative and therapeutic modality. The athlete, coaches and those concerned with sports throughout the world acknowledge that massage is an effective modality that can enhance the rate of recovery and reduce soreness and discomfort following intense physical activity. Despite its popularity and use, massage also remains one of the most controversial modalities. Besides the misuse and abuse of this modality as a mode of luxurious comfort, serious questions are also raised on its effect and uses. In this module, we shall learn about the meaning and definitions of massage, and we will also gain an insight into the historical perspective of the massage. What is massage? No definite answer seems to exist to this question. Massage is one of those terms that is easily understood than expressed. People find it difficult to define massage, though they are confident of its meaning. The reason for this lies in the observation that massage is not a single technique or even a single set of techniques. Rather, it is a broad heading for a range of approaches that share some common characteristics. The common element that allows these forms to be grouped together is the use of interpersonal touch and soft tissue manipulation. In technical literature, no uniform definition of the term massage exists. Several authorities have defined massage in different manner. Now let's have a look at some of the popular definitions of the massage. Bird has defined massage as a term applied to certain manipulations of the soft tissue which are most efficiently performed with the palmar surface of the hand and administered for the purpose of producing effects on the nervous system, muscular system, as well as on the local and general circulation of the blood and lymph. According to Graham, massage signifies a group of procedures which are usually done with hands on the external surface of body in a variety of ways, either with curative, palliative or hygienic point of view. According to Wood and Baker, massage is the mechanical stimulation of soft tissue by rhythmically applied pressure and stretching. Some people also referred massage as an art of healing. The American Massage Therapy Association defines massage as manual soft tissue manipulation that include holding, causing movement, and or applying pressure to the body. Most of these definitions are inadequate. They do not include complete dimension of massage, nor do they offer any specific criteria on the basis of which a technique can be recognized as massage. Some definitions restricts the use of massage to sick persons alone, though since time immemorial, massage is used extensively by healthy people for rejuvenative and restorative purposes. Few definitions put emphasis that massage should be performed with hand. In the present era, this approach is not practical as there are many mechanical devices that utilizes the same principle of massage and produce effect. Sometimes terms like ultrasound massage or ice massage are also used, which is not correct because effect of these two modalities are entirely different from that of massage. If one look a bit deeply into the practice of massage, then it would be clear that mere rubbing and handling of skin does not produce effect. The effect of massage are the result of application of mechanical energy to the body. This mechanical energy can be generated by the hand or by some mechanical devices. One of the essential feature of massage is the application of varying amount of mechanical force to the soft tissue of body. However, transmission of mechanical energy and use of hand is also involved in various joint mobilization and manipulation techniques of physiotherapy. Therefore, it is important to distinguish these two categories of manual therapy. For a common man, anything which is done by the hand is known as massage, and common people do not differentiate much between the specialized joint mobilization procedures and the ordinary massage. Without going into detail, it would be sufficient here to say at this point that the basic difference between these two approaches of manual therapy lies with the respect of movement of joint. While the mobilization and manipulation procedures are designed to produce passive movement of joint, the massage maneuvers do not produce any movement of joint, and these are mainly directed at the soft tissue of the body. Considering all these aspects, Sinha in 2001 proposed a comprehensive definition of massage which states that any technique, be it manual or mechanical, which impart mechanical energy to the soft tissue of body through skin without producing any change in the position of joint in order to elicit certain physiological or psychological effects which can be used for therapeutic, restorative or preventive purposes, either on the sick or healthy individual, can be defined as massage. There are several ways of classifying massage. Most commonly, the massage is classified according to the body part approach during massage, means of applying mechanical energy, and the purpose of massage. The massage applied to whole body is termed as general massage. The massage administered to large segment of body such as leg, back, etc. can also be included in the category of general massage. General massage is usually administered for the purpose of general relaxation and well-being. The massage technique administered to a particular area of body segment is termed as local massage. Local massage applications are done for treatment of specific lesions. The term manual massage refers to massage being performed by hand, whereas manipulation of soft tissue using any mechanical device is known as mechanical massage. Massage techniques used for treatment of disorders and ailments are known as therapeutic massage, whereas massage used to alleviate the problem of healthy persons are described as rejuvenative and restorative massage. Sports massage is one type of rejuvenative massage. The nomenclature of techniques of classic massage, also known as Swedish massage, has remained unchanged. There are 5 broad categories of Swedish massage techniques. These are stroking, kneading, petrissage, friction, tapotement and vibration. Each technique has further subcategories. The stroking technique comprises of one uninterrupted motion of hand to cover one aspect of entire limb in one go. The two techniques of this group are superficial stroking and effleurage. Effleurage is also known as deep stroking. Superficial stroking just apply touch, whereas in effleurage moderate pressure is applied in the direction of venous and lymphatic drainage. Kneading and pétrissage are the two techniques that apply rhythmic intermittent pressure to the deep tissue of body. The difference between these two techniques lies in the direction of applied pressure. In kneading, the tissue are pressed down onto the underlying bone, whereas in pétrissage, the tissue are lifted away from the long axis of bone. In some books, the pétrissage and kneading are described under one technique. The technique of friction consists of a small range of to and fro motion of fingers or thumb performed with deep pressure. In vibration technique, coarse and fine vibrations are produced in the distal part of the body and the vibrations are transmitted to the body. The technique of tapotement consists of application of a succession of soft blows to the body by various parts of hand. Cupping, hacking, pounding are some of the subcategories of tapotement, where different parts of hand are used for applying blows. The technique of massage finds its application in several setups. As a therapeutic modality, massage is used in the discipline of physiotherapy, naturopathy, Ayurveda, Unani, and other approaches of alternative medicine. As a part of health promotion and stress reduction program, massage is widely used in spas, wellness centers, and sports clubs. However, the most common use of massage is made by laymen who, without even knowing its technical detail, use it as a part of culture and folklore. Massage is a widely used modality in sports. In India, it is a part of sporting culture. Techniques used in sports massage is no different from that used in therapeutic massage. In fact, in both the applications, the technique of classical massage are utilized. However, the aim and objectives of therapeutic massage and sports massage are different. Therapeutic massage deals with the problem of ailing individual, whereas sports massage is utilized to alleviate the problems of healthy sports person. It is mainly utilized for improving the performance of player and facilitating the recovery from the exertion of exercise. In fact, sports massage can be defined as the skillful selection and application of various techniques of massage with the aim of enhancing and prolonging the quality length of a player's career in sports. Depending on the time frame and purpose of application, the various categories of sports massage has been identified. These are pre-event massage, preparatory massage, post-event massage, and training massage. All these categories employ the various techniques of manual massage in a specific sequence and duration in order to elicit the desired effects in relation to the problems of training and competition. Pre-event massage is administered 8 to 12 hours before competition. Its aim are to maintain optimal arousal, dispel pre-competitive anxiety, and to keep the muscle prepared for executing the task by identifying and correcting the areas of abnormal tension. Light massage techniques such as superficial stroking, effleurage, gentle kneading, skin rolling, and tapotement are employed during the session. The deep technique should be avoided. Massage session should be pain-free, pleasant, and stimulating to the psyche of the athlete. Normally, the muscles that are going to withstand greater stress during competition are targeted. For example, in weightlifting, spine and the arms are the focus of massage, whereas in running, the lower limb and spine are targeted. Preparatory massage is used 30 to 45 minutes before competition prior to warm-up and stretching exercises. The purpose is to achieve optimal arousal level. Superficial stroking, effleurage, kneading, shaking and tapotement techniques are used over the muscles to be used maximally during a sporting event. The duration of massage must not exceed 5 to 10 minutes. Preparatory massage is used 30 to 45 minutes before competition prior to warm-up and stretching exercise. The purpose is to achieve optimal arousal level. Superficial stroking, effleurage, kneading, shaking and tapotement techniques are used over the muscles to be used maximally during sporting competition. The duration of massage must not exceed 5 to 10 minutes. The same techniques can also be used during second half or between the rounds. Massage applications after the event or post-event massage is directed toward speedy recovery. It is suggested that to enhance recovery, post-event massage should be administered 2-3 hours after the competition. Massage application after the event is directed toward speedy recovery. It is suggested that to enhance recovery, post-event massage should be administered 1 to 3 hours after the termination of strenuous exercise. It is postulated that residue of metabolic waste does not get fixed in the tissue in early hours, therefore it is easier to remove them. The aim of post-event massage is to facilitate drainage of metabolic waste by increasing circulation, enhance the feeling of well-being and to promote deep muscle relaxation. The techniques of effleurage, kneading, picking up, wringing and shaking are used. The use of painful techniques should be avoided. Pain during massage maneuver is a sign of injury which should be respected and ice should be applied to the painful area. Post-event massage offers an opportunity to detect the area of abnormal biomechanical tension and to identify the post-event injuries. Regular training massage sessions are offered during training sessions as a part of total conditioning program. This is also known as fine-tuning massage. In these massage sessions, area of abnormal biomechanical stress are searched for. The aim of massage during training is to support and prepare the body for considerable training. These massage sessions should be incorporated either on weekly or fortnightly basis in the overall training program of the athlete. In case of injured athlete, massage techniques should be used only as an adjunct to total therapy plan and always by a qualified physiotherapist. Acute injuries are absolute contraindication of massage, and in the management of injury, massage techniques have a role only in the subacute and chronic phases. In these phases, the massage technique is used to prevent and break the soft tissue adhesions. When we talk about history, the massage appears more to be a part of culture than as a treatment method. The history of massage is dominated by love-hate relationship between medical establishment and the other group who practiced these techniques. The use of massage for therapeutic purpose has been mentioned in all the recorded ancient civilization. In fact, it is one of the earlier medical practices known to mankind. The ancient medical records of China, Greek, Roman, Egypt and India contains numerous descriptions of this modality. The modern time development of massage can be traced to Sweden and Netherlands. The word massage is derived from Arabic word mas, means to knead, and also from the Greek word masin, means to knead. The French colonies in India first used the term massage during 1761 to 1773, and included it for the first time in 1812 in French-German dictionary. According to Oxford Dictionary, the word massage entered in the English literature in 1879. The mention of massage as Champan, Mardan or Abhyang is found in Ayurveda, the medical part of Atharva Ved, supposed to have written around 2nd millennium BC. Its use with various medicinal oils in the treatment of various disorders is still the mainstay in the practice of Ayurveda, naturopathy and other traditional form of folk medicine. The mention of massage is found in Ni Ching, the medical record of China, written around 1000 BC, which depicts the use of massage in treatment of paralysis and in cessation of circulation. During Tang dynasty, massage was recognized as a part of medical practice. Massage was popular among the Greek and Romans due to their interest in physical beauty and physical education. It was used to anoint wrestlers and gladiators before and after the exercise. Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, is believed to be the first person who discussed the qualities and contraindications of massage. Another famous Greek physician, Galen, wrote several books related to exercise and massage, where he described qualities of this technique, and by combining different qualities he arrived at 9 forms of massage, each with its own indications. After the fall of Roman Empire, massage went back to the level of folk medicine. From 15th century onwards, people again started writing about massage. In modern times, the person who contributed most in the field of massage was Per Henrik Ling. Ling is credited to have systematized the practice of massage. He collected the techniques of massage prevalent at his time, classified them according to their effect, and rationalized the use of massage in treatment of disorders. The teaching of Ling was spread by his pupils to other European countries. His immediate pupil, Augustus George, published Ling's system in French under the name kinesiotherapy. This in part explains the widespread use of French words in terminology of massage, such as tapotement, percussion, effleurage, etc. Toward the end of 19th century, massage was prescribed in combination with heat exercises and electricity, which later evolved as the profession of physiotherapy. During early 20th century, massage was taught in the schools of physiotherapy, medical gymnastics and the schools of massage. In early 20th century, polio epidemic and world wars compelled the practitioner of modern medicine to use the non-conventional treatment method for the rehabilitation of polio and war victims. Massage, along with exercise and heat, was employed in these conditions and yielded quite favorable results. It is during these times the methods of massage were subjected to modern scientific research. The advancement of technology has made it possible to study the physiological parameters associated with effects of massage more objectively. The advancement of pain gate theory by Melzek and Wall gave scientific rationales to the use of massage in the management of pain. Modern techniques of plethysmography, radioactive isotope clearance rate, Doppler ultrasound were used to study the effect of massage on blood flow. Electromyography has been used to analyze the neuromuscular effects of massage. The biochemical methods were also used to study the effect of massage on metabolism. In the later part of 20th century, however, the technological advancement in electronic instrumentation and fast development of pharmaceutical industry led to the decline of use of massage as therapeutic modality. In the later part of 20th century, technological advancement in electronic instrumentation and fast development of pharmaceutical industry led to the decline of the use of massage as therapeutic modalities. Massage now rarely used as the first line treatment for the treatment of pain or stress. Massage is now rarely used as the first line of treatment for any of the disorders. However, the limitations and side effects of drug has again drawn the attention of people to the healing power of the human touch and the value of human touch in combating the dehumanization of modernity is fast receiving attention. The massage has also been used as a mode of luxurious comfort. The intimate contact established between masseurs and the client has potential to give rise to the suspicion of immoral acts. Several publications appeared during 19th century in Germany, France, Italy, Denmark, England, reporting abuse connected with massage which ranges from quackery to prostitutions. In conclusion, it can be said that massage remains one of those health practices which, despite having numerous health benefits, carry the risk of being misused and abused. Throughout the history, the practice of massage has been subjected to alternate periods of advocacy and denigration. In conclusion, it can be said that massage remains one of those health practices that, despite having numerous benefits, also carry the risk of abuse and misuse. Thank you.